Hi Miss Kirk, what are we doing today?
Hi Miss Murray, today we are looking at question 1, paper 3, or if you're in year 10, it's question 1, paper 2, but it's the directing question on the writing paper.
Okay, great, let's get going.
Okay, here are my top tips. First of all, let me just show you the question. Okay, so imagine you have heard the programme Parents Forum and want to respond. Write a letter to the presenter in response to the programme. Now, this passage, Parents Forum, was about whether teenagers actually pull their weight in the house or not. In your letter, you should identify and evaluate the views given in the programme. You will always have those two key instruction words. Identify means pick out. Evaluate means consider, explore, think about in depth, think about different aspects to it. The views given in the programme. Give your own views as a teenager. They will always tell you who they want you to be based on what you have read in the transcript. Okay, so let's get going with these top tips. First of all, read the whole passage and highlight anything that you think is particularly interesting and as a view, is an argument about the topic. So teenagers not putting their weight in the house was for this paper. Other papers are, should students do homework once they get home, or should it be done in school? Other ones are about, should students do compulsory exercise before they go to school? It's always an argument, it's always an issue. So choose some interesting points. Step 2, pick out with your highlighter 6 to 8 of the points which you think are the most interesting, and you're trying to think of some positives and negatives within the passage. Then you have to do your plan. Create 3 columns. In one column, write out in your own words the point. Okay? Next, you have to decide what you're going to explore about it. Now, what we mean by this, point, explore, your, very nice and easy to remember. The exploring is an expansion on the point. So let's say the point was that students should do more chores in the house. Exploring it could be, now I don't actually agree with that because they have to do their homework and they have lots and lots of responsibilities to keep on top of school, so they can't be doing things like hoovering and dusting once they get home. Then you would give your opinion. Your opinion might be that you really disagree with that because your parents come home and they've got work to do from their jobs too. And then you might provide a solution. That's what the sort of top band students would do. And they might say, for this specific example, that a timetable could be made to make sure that everybody has one day where they do household chores depending on what their workload is like. And that's just a random example. But just remember, point from the passage, explore the point, expand on it, think about it in more detail, talk about something that was not in the passage, then say what you think about it with reasons why. Often give a solution in your response. Now, you need to think very carefully as you write about who your character is. Here, you were a teenager. Often they might make you into a parent. So you need to sound like that person. This is a writing exam. Your word choices, tone, and how formal you are all need to show your understanding of who you are talking to, your audience, and your purpose. You are persuading someone of your viewpoints. Use persuasive techniques, rhetorical questions, imperatives. You might make a very strong declarative, so a statement of what you believe. You then begin with a formal introduction. You've planned it, you've got 6 to 8 things that you're going to explore. So you make sure that in your introduction, you address your audience. So, for instance, dear presenter, and you give your purpose. I am writing to you in order to express my opinions about your programme Parents Forum. I strongly believe that teenagers do pull their weight around the house, and I would like to give you several reasons why I have this view. That sort of thing. To the point, and then you get on with it. Now, this is what you do for each paragraph. There will be about 8 paragraphs, introduction, 6 paragraphs. You might manage to do about 8 if you can, but 6 minimum. Then your conclusion. This should be about 3 sides of the booklet, okay? 3 to 4 sides. So you rewrite the point from the passage in your own words, okay? Make it very clear who said the point, because sometimes they might give you 2 different passages or an interview with lots of people talking. So you have to make it clear that you are expressing exactly who said what. Next, you explore, expand, engage. Just think P-E-Y, okay? You expand with the point. think about it from a different angle. Look at it, hold it up to the light, and try and talk about this issue, this idea in interesting ways. You then must conclude every paragraph giving your opinion about that specific point in light of what you've considered about it, and sometimes offer a solution. Once you've done that 6 to 8 times, you conclude your piece. You must write a summary where you express what you think about the overall topic, just summarising why you think that. Now, because this is a writing exam, there are 15 marks available for how well you write. It of course has to be accurate, but try to also impress the examiner with a variety of punctuation and ambitious vocabulary. Connectives are your best friend in this paper. In the same way that for descriptive writing, you must use prepositions to guide the reader through the space, here you use connectives to guide them through your argument. On the other hand, some people might believe, etc. And we're going to show you a list of those in a second. Now, you are getting up to 10 marks for this bit, the expanding, the having ideas that were not in the passage, having inferences. And you're getting 15 marks for writing accurately, clearly, and in an interesting way. This is not a difficult question, boys. We know you can do it. So let's quickly have a look at this list of connectives. And then I think you're ready to go for Friday. All of these are on Firefly, boys.